Hello, friends. I'd like to welcome you to Meditaciones.com.
Welcome, friends, to our devotional for today, June 2nd, 2022, titled, Do You Believe in Miracles? My name is Xiomara Perdomo from Queens, New York, and I invite you to read with me in Isaiah chapter 65, verse 24. Before they call, I will answer. It happened on a Friday morning. Dr. Calvin Miller was on a call at Warburton Hospital in Australia when a man who had driven over 60 miles in search of the nearest hospital came up to him. "There's a woman in my car and I think she's dead," the man told Dr. Miller. "What happened to her?" asked the doctor. "She's our neighbor. My wife went to visit her and found her on the floor." There was a woman. Her face was pale. Her pulse was almost imperceptible. "She's alive," said Dr. Miller, "but her abdomen is distended, probably full of blood. She's in need of urgent surgery." The staff prepared for the surgical procedure, but they had a serious problem. There was no anesthesiologist. Then Dr. Miller silently prayed, "Lord, this woman's life is in danger. I desperately need an anesthesiologist." What happened next was truly amazing. Just as they were preparing to administer the anesthesia, a stranger walked into the operating room. He introduced himself as Dr. Smith, an anesthesiologist. During the surgery that followed, Dr. Miller found the cause of the hemorrhage, a ruptured artery. After suturing it, Dr. Miller knew the patient would live. Then he addressed the anesthesiologist. "How is it that you came just at the right time?" "This morning, when I reported to the hospital where I work, I was notified that all my appointments had been canceled. Then I thought, that's great, I'll go to a place where there are no hospitals and rest for the weekend. I can't explain it, but I feel an impulse to come to Warburton, where I had never been before. When I got here, I saw this building but thought it was a lodge. I introduced myself to a lady as Dr. Smith and told her I was looking for a place to stay. When she found out who I was, she grabbed me by the arm and told me, 'You are urgently needed in the operation room.' Can you tell me at what time you felt you had to come to Warburton?" "At 8:10 this morning." Then Dr. Miller put two and two together. The woman's accident had occurred at 8 o'clock in Matlock, east of Warburton. At 8:10, God impressed the anesthesiologist who was at the west. At 10:30, he had prayed asking for help, but God had already answered his prayer 2 hours earlier. "The problem had come from the east," writes Dr. Miller, "and the answer from the west, without my knowing it. That day I understood the meaning of the promise, 'Before they call, I will answer.' Thank you, dear God, for coming out to our aid, even before we ask you to in prayer. Amen." Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Please share this content with your friends and family so that they can also learn in this week's devotional. Until next time.
I just want to thank you all for visiting us each day here at Meditaciones.com. May you have a blessed day.